What's up, guys? I got a question. I want to start us off with a question. Have you ever felt lost in time? Is that anyone? Eh. Could be too deep. Could be too. Oh, it's a good question. But soon I'll be starting my new job, and I'm trying to get into the better sleeping habit. Best plan is make sure you get enough sleep for any day. I don't care what you're doing. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened so far. But I do want to bring up another thing that I just saw on like Facebook, and it's so weird. Memories are weird. Like I know a lot of people either one or too young to be like really for them really to hit them. Because at first I was like, I thought of childhood stuff and like, yeah, man, I remember that, cool. I guess the older you get, it's like, yes, I remember that. At what? It's like it started to really tug at you. Like I don't even imagine like how my mom and them feels like when they see their old stuff come back. Like no wonder we have this like weird cycle of stuff coming back, like fashion and all this stuff, because eventually somebody's gonna miss something. Because it's weird. Because I don't think people think on that type of level, and usually a lot of people are too busy to even think about all this stuff in the first place. But when you really think about it, like because I just heard on Facebook the Rugrats theme. Everyone knows that. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, yeah, I remember Rugrats, man. But I want you to think how old you were when you watched it. I mean, that definitely means you're a 90s baby for sure. Regardless. Like, if you remember Rugrats, you're a 90s baby. But it could be that you could be watching it now. Like, you're a, 2000s baby, if that's a thing. You know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Don't make me look. Don't make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. Look, here we go. So, yeah, and I was listening to it, but it wasn't just the Rugrats theme. It turns out it was a music video. I was like, okay, I'm trying to watch it, and the music video had like I think it was Blackstreet Boys. I think that's what it was. I don't know, but it had this girl dancing on like the little xylophone. I was like, I don't think I remember this, but I remember this song kind of. Like I've seen like a video of this as I was younger. I was like, and it started to really tug at me. I was like, how, like memories. When they say this, I'm gonna try to get a little deep, but not really. When they say a picture says 1,000 words, and if you take a picture, it'll last longer. They're not lying, because even video, that's pretty much pictures. It's just a crap load of pictures, all animated, whatever, all took in simultaneous. You know what I mean? couldn't say it. But when you look back, and I'm glad we can record stuff. That's beautiful, actually. That's beautiful in the purest of it all. Like, because right now I'm recording like what I'm doing right now. Probably later on down the years, I come back, I'm like, man, I remember when I wore that hat. Maybe I found a new story for this hat or something. Like something happened with this hat again, or I look the same. I'm probably gonna look the same. Not gonna lie to you. They could call it baby face syndrome, but dang, I definitely have it. Like I look back at all my other pictures, and the only picture that I'll admit that I don't look the same in is like when I was like 10 years old, maybe 8, because I had more of a chubby face. But now after that, it just was like, there it is. But memories, like this vlog is definitely gonna be called memories. Like I want you to take a minute and remember some stuff. Like since I'm a 90s baby, I remember like Rugrats. I remember watching like SpongeBob wasn't really a 90s, but like I remember watching like God, Elmo's World. I remember watching God, got me on the spot. Can't even think of all of them. What was that? Hey Arnold. God, that is old. Hey Arnold is old. I think it was in middle school when that shit was when that crap was out. Hey Arnold. I remember God, what is Little Bill? Like that's a little not as old because I remember watching that when I was a little bit older, but I still watched it. I definitely still watched it. Everyone knows Dora. Hell, that's still a thing now, so it doesn't feel old until it like does it show up again. Tom and Jerry, that's actually older than crap. Not only that, Bugs Bunny, like the whole Looney Tune thing. God, Space Jam. Speaking of Looney Tune, that's old, like real old. Um, Space Jam. That was some good times, man. Fly like an eagle. Oh, Seal. I didn't know Seal sung that song when I first heard it. It didn't resonate, and it was only till like more recently, kind of like now in these years, that I noticed Seal sung that song. I don't know. I thought the same guy who sung was it Fly? Um, was it? I Believe I Can Fly. I thought he sung that song. I think that's how I thought. I was like, hey, obviously the same guy is doing the same thing. I don't know. I never really paid much attention to it, but nowadays I'm paying attention to a lot of mess or good stuff. Trying to think of some more '90s stuff that happened. Cow and Chicken. No, for some reason I said that before. And no one remembers Cow and Chicken. Powerpuff Girls. Everyone knows that one. I mean, that's still pretty good. Teen Titans. Oh my God. Teen Titans was my jam. I swear to you, I remember coming home from school and like watching it. Like not just coming home from school and be like, whatever. It'd be like later on in, the afternoon, like after school, and you probably did your homework, and then like later that night, around like maybe not this time, because I remember like it was close to the street lights going off. And anybody remember that shit? I feel like it wasn't just a thing like in a very past, but when the street lights went out, when these comedians say that when the street light went out, your mama expected you to be back in the house. Like, no joke. Like, I used to skateboard all the time. Like, now I longboard, and I still didn't bring that in the room. But when that street light went out, we knew. I know I wanted to skate a little bit longer, but we knew it was like, yeah, we got to go back in the house. Mom, whatever. I don't think we paid attention to why we had to do it. We just knew we had to do it. That's also weird. Does that sound weird? Maybe I explained it wrong. But what I'm saying is, like, she told us not to, when the street lights went off, to come back in the house, basically. It was me and my cousin. He had to go back in the house, too, because he was older than me, which is weird. I didn't know how young I was. But, like, I hung out with an older guy for the longest time. And we just acted like kids. And what hurt about that, and that's why I said memories is weird. What hurt about that is me and my cousin, his name was Pete. Or Peter. His name was Peter, but we called him Pete. And me and my cousin hung out for the longest time as we were young. I was in middle school. I think he was still in middle school, maybe going closer to high school or something like that. And what made it weird is we skateboarded for the longest time. We were trying to make, sponsor videos, because that was back in the day with Tony Hawk. That was back in the day when Tony Hawk was like it was just the pinnacle of like good stuff. Like, I would play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, 4. Well, I think 4 is coming out now, but whatever. They had a lot of those. And then Underground came out later on. It was just so good. So good. Like, we would skateboard for so much. And I would learn from the video game. I wouldn't learn from music. That was weird. I learned from video games more than I did watching videos. Because I think YouTube was still kind of slowly becoming a thing. Or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention much to YouTube. When I got on YouTube, I just watched funny stuff or random silly stuff. That was it. Like, that's all. Like, literally, AMVs was a thing on YouTube. And if you go back on YouTube and look up AMVs, you'll pretty much get the gist of everything that was back in 2008. That was it. It was weird, silly stuff. They went to songs, or it was random stuff. Like random was like a big thing in 2008 for some reason. Because I was even like saying stuff like, oh, random, ha 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 ha. And nowadays that's cringeworthy because I don't know. I guess everyone remembers that and it's like, that was not cool. I don't know. It was definitely cool back then. Now, is it cool now? Hell, everyone still says some random stuff and for some reason that's funny. But we would hang out, and what makes me sad about this memory is we would hang out so much, trying to make a skate team and all this stuff, and skate. He was getting real good at skating, and I was still doing the same stuff. And I would try to do more. I was more like a Mike with Mike Valley, because I would try to do like stuff off walls and all this stuff. If you don't know anything about skateboarding, I mean, I knew only so much because of what the videos I used to see back then. So, yeah. As we used to watch a thing called One Piece. It's an anime. It was off Cartoon Network at the time. I think they switched over later on and put it on Toonami. I don't know. But we used to watch these at the specific time. And that was also when the street lights went off, because that's when if One Piece was getting on. We were like, hey, dude, all right, it's time to go. Hey, Extreme 3. That was like our thing. Our team name, and I would yell like extreme. He'd be like 3, and then we'll say something else, and then we both go in the house. Don't know, but it probably was cringeworthy, but for some reason in our head that was the fucking awesome. Like it was so awesome, and we just go inside, and then we go watch One Piece, and then like if something happened, I'd be like, hey dude, did you see that thing? And it was so weird because the reason I love that time is because girlfriends never really existed. And it was like so pure because I was not worried about, oh, you know, when I'm going to get this next girl or none of that mess. Like I was worried about my drawings, becoming better artists. I was worried about, you know, my life. You know, well, maybe not that serious, but I was more worried about my drawings. I was worried about like how we're doing in skateboarding and stuff, like how we're going to get our team up, just my goals. Like girls did not, I mean, I would see people, maybe, I don't know if I really focused on girls at all, actually, now I think about it. Later on I did. God, I'm kind of upset I did, actually. It's like, I wish I didn't, I wish I could have just like, no, I was still focused on skateboarding and all this stuff. Lost focus. But yeah. We watched One Piece, and why I keep bringing that back up is later on when I got in high school, and I think he was like a senior or something like that, and I was trying to bring it because we had like the same PE class or something, or maybe I had a PE class before him or after him or something like that, and I would see him like, hey Pete, and I would remember this time, and I feel like everyone pushes back memories or something, or maybe they're moving forward. I don't know. I brought back this time. I was like, dude, don't you remember when we used to watch One Piece? And he was like, what you talking about? Like as if it didn't exist. And I was like, no, I clearly remember this. Like you can't tell me I don't remember this. Or maybe he was like embarrassed or something, like, yeah, I do remember, but dude, don't bring that back up right now or something. I don't know. It hurt because like, did that really just happen? Like, this memory that I have, does it exist? Because that's not the first time that happened. I brought something back up to a couple people back in the past because I did some other stuff too. And I was like, hey, don't you remember when this happened? And it's like they ignored it. I was like, that's why I asked the question. Yeah, I forgot the question earlier that I asked in the first beginning of the video. Like time, I said something like time changes or freezes or something like that, or something. I asked the question. That's why I asked. I was like, cause it's weird. That's how weird that stuff is. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this a really long video. I just wanted to like have a 90s moment and remember some stuff. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now until we meet again. That's also back in the day.